Hi Vieira, today we are going to refer here to the fact that you have, how to say this, a very high level of sensitive and unique information in the trader scores. As an example, and by the way, the trader scores is rather simple, based on live lessons, where we are going to include also mind mapping, and to give you the resources, the tools for you to extrapolate and use in the future. But the trader scores explains very well the lessons that they are already available. Everything that is happening in the markets. Absolutely everything. And we made it very simple. So the most recent lesson, we prove, because this is a mathematical fact, that we proved this for the past 30 years, and in particular in the case of ETFs since they exist. One can control, and this is the value of the trader scores and the information that you have access to, one can control entire market, okay? And what most people they don't know about is that by controlling one stock only, you can control an entire sector. And why is this so important? Because a market is comprised of many sectors. Each sector comprehends hundreds of companies, and therefore it is basically impossible for one to follow up the activity daily across different market sectors and thousands of companies. So obviously one would ask, how is it possible that you can do this, or publish all these case studies demonstrating an accuracy near 100%, and to shape markets history and to be present with the tape live when it is so complex even for one to do it in just one stock. And the answer, it is precisely available in the trader scores, where we explained this in detail, proving that one not only can control effectively an entire market, as well as entering in that space, instead of having or following up 1,000 companies, you can follow up just a few names and to know about all the rest, okay? And if your primary objective of investing in the markets, and bear in mind that also here you have a lesson, a very important one, if you have a questionnaire with 10 questions and you give these 10 questions to professionals, where they have to answer to or to choose which option is the primary objective of investing in the markets, most of them, they will fail the answer. It is not surprising. Of those that they answer correctly to the questionnaire, it is even worse, okay? And not only it is even worse, it also explains the answers that they give explains why these people, they fail continuously to the point of going bankrupt. You have the example of Bill Ackman, lost $4 billion plus in Valiant, or the case of Carl Icahn with losses, outrageous losses in Chesapeake Energy, Transocean, just to name a few. Is that even if they know how to answer, or they answer correctly to the question, what is the primary objective of investing in the markets, when you study how they do it daily, that is, you study in detail their methodology, you find out that the steps or the rules that they use are not current, or they were not defined towards that primary goal, and therefore they fail. And so in the Traders course, not only we reveal which is the primary objective of investing in the markets, as well as every single lesson is described and explained utilizing always examples, precisely addressing the ultimate objective of investing in the markets. Okay? Everything, absolutely everything, every single step, every single decision that you make with regards to when to enter a position, position sizing, absolutely everything has to be directed towards that primary objective. You have, and today it is not a case study, I'm tired in fact of publishing case studies. You had the recent example in the crash of AutoZone, O'Reilly, and Advanced Auto Parts. All these companies, they have been discussed in detail in the service, as well as the case of Tesla, Apple, Netflix, and so on, to the very cent. ETFs, an entire sector, entire market, the power shares, the tech sector, therefore, biotechnology, financial sector, Goldman Sachs, all this information processed in real time, defining the investment plans ahead of the most important moves. I call your particular attention to the example that you had once again, and I repeat once again because history repeats over and over. Goldman Sachs upgraded AutoZone to buy ahead of a crash. Goldman Sachs is the same company who told you that Tesla was a sell ahead of the best rally ever since IPO. Goldman Sachs, the same company that told you that First Solar was a conviction buying list, price target $100, ahead of a crash to $28 an half. Okay? And so on and so on. I could spend here hours, right? So again, Goldman Sachs, it was there, upgrading to buy AutoZone ahead of the crash. We had a strong sell rating in AutoZone. And not only we had it, as it is public, we even published the maximum price target that AutoZone deserved to have, $800. Above $800, we downgrade AutoZone to strong sell. This is going to crash. As of today, AutoZone is worth $507. It is not $900 or $1,000. It is $507, my friends. Tesla, in the past couple of weeks, plunged at $80 per share. Musk was playing with short sellers, joking, blah, blah, blah. But Musk does not have any influence in Tesla share price. He's never had, okay? Since the very beginning. But most people, they believe, for whatever reason, maybe, like they, common beliefs, And the more people they have these common beliefs, the better it is. Most people, they think or consider that the CEO of these companies, they have influence in the share price when they don't have at all. And this is, again, dramatically important for people to know the truth and always to refer to the truth, okay, instead of these false or these common beliefs. Because if you have any methodology and if you base your decisions or you make your own decisions based on false reference, one day you are going to lose everything, because that is not a methodology. It is a corrupt system that is going to fail one day. So what you have here, that is precisely what we have been proving, you know, every couple of years we publish the course. We have been proving for decades that a core rule to enter a system, before entering the system, as it is part of algorithm, it has to be proven. And to prove these core rules, it took us years, many years, in some cases more than 1 decade, while these companies that they tell you, Goldman Sachs, blah, 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 is worth, Tesla, $180, other they say that Tesla is worth $500, other they say that Tesla is worth $1,000 in the future. We already knew about all this, and the proof is that you have the articles, written months in advance. Is Tesla worth $900? We already knew a couple of months ago that they were going to talk about this, that Tesla one day will be eventually $1,000. We already knew, the algorithm already knows this, okay? And you have the articles with the titles and the numbers there, Can Tesla go rally to $900? We already knew that they were going to talk about this. We even know the numbers, okay? How do we know? We know absolutely everything. And we prove it always before everyone talks about it. And therefore, this to say that these core rules to entering a methodology or a system, they have to be proven sometimes more than, throughout 10 years, to go through different market conditions, rather complex. And here you have more than 30 years proving these thousands continuously, and therefore making use of a property or a characteristic that is part of the methodology and the lesson on reliability. You have always to invest in companies which are reliable and not erratic, okay? Things that they are measurable, where you assign, as you have in the demos, a level of assign like analysts they do with the stocks when they differentiate between strong buy and neutral, although in their case completely useless and irrelevant since they are not current. It is often, as an example, common to have an analyst with a buy rating in a company during a crash. You have the example precisely this week in AutoZone. Goldman Sachs remained with a buy rating while AutoZone, the share price collapsed. These companies, they don't have any credibility whatsoever. They never had, they don't have any track record nor history. Where the money is coming from is from other lines of business, is not from their trading departments. They don't make money, okay? Their customers, they don't make money. That is all bullshit. This is known since the very beginning. I already knew about this 30 years ago. I know people, customers, they already told me I never made money there, my friends. Those guys, they are scammers, okay? They sell or they make money on mergers and acquisitions, IPOs, stuff like that. Not trading, okay? That is bullshit. Therefore, the need for them to have a salary by the end of the month, because they cannot be traders and investors on their own. Investors for a living, as myself or George Soros or Warren Buffett, they can't, okay? They have to have a salary. They are incompetent, probably like most of you that are listening to these words, okay? Completely incompetent, useless for the society. You have to have a salary because you are incompetent. What we have been teaching here for 3 decades in a row is how to become free, how to achieve freedom, all right? Most people, on the contrary, the reason why today you have clowns as Donald Trump as President of the United States, you have all these satellite niggers, idiots, sharing the same principles, completely irrelevant to the future of the humankind. And therefore, I terminate by addressing you to the need of going through the trader's course. As of today, you have one more lesson, addressing precisely and proving that you can not only control an entire market, unlike what most people they think, I repeat, proven mathematically during the course of 30 years, as you can control an entire sector using one stock only, and therefore profiting from all of them. And this is dramatically important because it reduces significantly the vast amount of work when people ask that question, where to put my money in, like I've been saying here, in TTIP Surgicals, the Ammons and so on. People always with the same question out there, how is it difficult to make money in the markets, and they see stocks going up every day, and here we repeating the same every day, and make the question always the same every day, and the answer is the same, and the next day they come with the same question and the answer again the same, and then you ask, so did you invest in TTIP Surgical? Oh, no, not yet, not yet. So it's 750. Is tomorrow that we're going to buy? No. I mean, the stupidity of these people, that in fact they are not people. I mean, my dog has the same brain, useless. In fact, the dog, we know what to expect from the dog. From niggers, it is a bit different. So you can control an entire market to the cent. You can control and you can predict the share price or a stock. You can predict when the stock is going to collapse, when it's going to rally. You can predict and you can control the entire sector using one stock only. And therefore, instead of looking at thousands of companies, you can have a short list of companies and to focus on your main priorities. I think that is dramatically important. I don't know about you, but this is probably by far more important than you read 100 or 200 or 1,000 American stupid books on how to invest in the markets, including CNBC and Jim Cramer. Thank you.